Hey everybody, it's Joey Thurman. Guess what is 6 days away? Well, I'm a dad, so I should know. Hopefully my wife knows. Father's Day is coming up. I'm really excited to be a part of Amazon Live right now and Letsfit health and fitness products. Now you've got that busy dad in your life and maybe he wants to get rid of that dad bod or just have a new version of dad bod. I have you covered. I know you're excited. Ready? Let's go. High five. All right, so today we're going to talk about a bunch of different amazing Letsfit products. A little bit about myself. Once again, my name is Joey Thurman. You can follow me on Joey Thurman Fit on all social media channels. I'm a health, fitness, nutrition expert. I'm also the author of 365 health and fitness hacks that could save your life. And throughout this entire broadcast, we're going to talk about little hacks, tips, and tricks that you can use that a lot of them were from my book, so you can get a little bit healthier. Whether that's a present for that man in your life or maybe just a present for yourself, it's okay. Now, as I'm talking about the products during this entire broadcast, if you look below whatever products I'm talking about, you can click buy it and it'll be at your door by Sunday. That's right. You can have that for Father's Day, for that man in your life, or for yourself. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about, I was with my clients, I want them to track everything, but how do we do that? Sure, you can say, how do you feel? How do your clothes feel? What does the scale say? But really, since we have enough technology nowadays, a tracker is a really great thing to have. And I actually have one on my wrist right now. Now it's a Letsfit ID215G smartwatch. Most smartwatches that I've had, they break, they rip, they're really expensive. This is $52.99. It's about a third of most of the smartwatches that I've ever had in my entire life. Now, one smartwatch that I had, the band kept ripping. I wear this thing almost 24 hours a day, and you can wear it 24 hours a day because it tracks your calories burned, your sleep. Sleep is absolutely important. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show. I've got a lot for you. I know you're excited. You can track your sleep, calories burned, GPS tracking. So this morning I got up. I'm in the suburbs at my in-laws' house. Thanks, Yaya and Papu, for allowing this studio space here. And I went for a run. I went for just a couple-mile run, and I turned on my Letsfit watch, and I knew the point where I hit that 2 miles. During the entire duration, I was checking my heart rate, okay? So I can know if I'm in my anaerobic threshold, really high, elevated heart rate, or if I'm in the aerobic zone or fat-burning zone. So it's really nice to track everything. So if you want to see, I'll get a little close up here. Now my day, I have burned 420 calories right now, 6,194 steps. This is from my working out. And I've gone 3.4 miles. So I must be doing a lot of walking as I'm preparing for this because I only ran about 2 miles today or chasing around my little toddler. As I said, I'm a dad and that's the most important thing in life. And I'm truly honored just to have this Father's Day show. And I wasn't quite sure, growing up, if I was going to have the opportunity to have the gift of being a dad. So it's really good, and I feel really good about that. And I appreciate my wife for bringing my son into our lives. Our son. If you're married, you know what I'm talking about. You say our son, not my son. All right, so this watch, another great thing, 40 days, not hours, of battery life. I had this since we've been in the suburbs for 2.5 weeks, and today I had 30% battery still, so it could last me days and even weeks longer. I just wanted to charge it and make sure I had enough juice for this program today. Okay, it's nice, just a nice little charger, put it on at night or during the day, and it gives you that extra life. Because especially when you're using a GPS and you're using these smart watches, they really suck the juice out of it. So it's really nice. You can pair it. You have notifications, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you're following Joey Thurman Fit or Letsfit on their social channels, you can get all those notifications so you don't worry about having to have your phone with you wherever you are in the house. It'll give you that notification if you have a call coming. You can check and see that text message. Or if you really want to, you can connect Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. That's a lot of notifications, but you can do it. It has all the functionalities of those really expensive smartwatches at a third of the price. I just saved you a bunch of money. So click, and you can buy that right now. You're welcome. Okay, so besides the smartwatch, I like to work out. Do you like to work out? I know my clients do, but I tell you what, one thing when I'm working out that is an absolute must-have is headphones. Even though I'm in a small private training gym in Chicago, when I'm working out on my own, I can't listen to whatever music they have going on. I like to take some headphones, especially these Letsfit headphones here. Look at this case. Isn't that nice? Yeah, pretty fancy. And here I've got 98% charge. So with these Letsfit T22 wireless earbuds, guess how much they are? I'll tell you, $29.99. Most headphones are well over $100, especially the wireless ones. Now these have the ergonomic design. It's here, it fits right up in my tiny little ear. My wife says I have tiny little ears. I put it here, and I bring it on. And right now, it just said power on, and it's pairing. It talks to you, and it lets you know when it's pairing. Now, I'm gonna take these out of my ear because I'm hearing myself talking. Now, I put these on, and the ergonomic design, it's really nice because they fit so snug. For me, it blocks out a lot of noise when I'm working out. So I have a lot of people want to come up to me in the gym, and often when I had the headphones with the wires on there, they didn't really fit, and I kind of wrapped the thing around, the cord around. You know what I'm talking about. So I put those in there, the white ones, you wrap it around, you stick it in there, and it falls out. And then I'm still kind of hearing everybody outside of me. When I used to have, before the days of iPhones, when I used to have just a little, what is that, the iPod, and it would die, I would still put my earphones in and my headphones in because I didn't want people coming up to me in the gym. So I just put those in. What? I can't hear you. Even if my listening device was dead. T22 wireless earbuds, $29.99. You cannot beat this. 80 hours battery life within this charging case. And it has 4.5 hours of battery life on one single charge. My workouts are about a half an hour to 45 minutes long. I don't have a lot of time. I get in, I get out of the gym, or if I'm going for a quick run. So I can get my entire week's worth of workouts on one full charge. And if you have the case, 80 hours. That's a lot of charge time. Now, for the multitasker, if you have these and you're working and you can have these on, maybe you want to turn on some classical music. And actually, there's a lot of studies that triggers your brain to work more efficiently. So there's a little hack for you. Turn on some classical music, and if a phone call comes in, you can answer that call. You know when it's coming in. If you want to fast forward, rewind, pause, all these multitasking capabilities just in these wireless earbuds here. Truly amazing product, and nice color too, as I'm kind of blacking out today. Look at my shoes. Black on black on black. All right, T22 wireless earbuds. Truly my favorite. And music, I tell you what, if you listen to these, you will get a more effective and efficient workout in. Today when I was going for my run and I had these headphones in, I turned that upbeat music on, and I could actually figure out my cadence with the beat of the music, and I can match that stride. So there's another little tip for you. If you're training for a marathon or some sort of obstacle course race, I did a Spartan race before. If you put these in and you're training for that race, then you can know that cadence. You don't have to continually make sure you're checking and seeing your pace. But if you are, you can have these in. You can have your watch. You can do lap time there. See, look at that. 2 products, we fuse them together. T22 wireless earbuds. When I start training a new client, I have an intake form. And one of the first questions I ask them is, are you stressed? And pretty much everybody says they're stressed. I get it, especially with the times right now. It's been an interesting 2020. I don't need to say why. Everybody is really stressed out. And the most important thing, what do you think it is? Is it nutrition? Nope. Is it exercise? Nope. It's sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, it's going to mess with your hormone levels. You're going to crave more food the next day, and you could possibly not burn as much fat because your cortisol levels are going to be elevated. It's going to trigger your body to utilize carbohydrates as opposed to energy. We want those carbohydrates being used for energy when you're working out, as opposed to being stored for excess fat. So I have a little hack for you. Now this is the sleep sound machine, the T3 sleep sound machine. Just a little note, this isn't available yet. It's available for pre-order. And if you stay with me for the rest of this show, and we'll say podcast, I also host a podcast too. The rest of this show, I will tell you how you can get this for up to 50% off. Stay right here. I feel like one of those live shopping network people. Okay, so this thing is absolutely amazing. I actually used it last night. I tried to go to bed early. I was prepping for this show. So I turned on some white noise. Now if you turn this on, this has 8 little white noise settings. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Can you hear that? I'll put that up to my mic. It has 8 different white noise settings. Is that waves? I'm calm. I'm relaxed. Now when we moved into the city, I'm going to turn this down a little bit so you can hear me. When we moved into the city, we were coming from the suburbs and we had neighbors, but we had a single family home. And we moved into the city, we realized that there was lots of noises. Somebody was always in the alley. The garbage man would come there 5 in the morning. There was an ambulance driving by. Somebody was stomping above our head. A large cat would jump off a bed and hit the ground. How can a cat make a noise? Serious. This cat, I don't know what was happening. If the cat was having a party, but this cat was so loud. So, oh my God, what did we do? If I would have had this sleep machine, and I know wherever my wife is, she's laughing right now because she knows what I'm talking about. If we would have had this sleep machine, let me turn on a different noise here. Oh, there were some more waves. Good. If we would have had this sleep machine, I know that we'd have turned this on and we would have slept much better and we wouldn't have complained as much the first few months. Now we got used to the noise, but every now and then it still wakes us up. And as I said, we have a little beautiful baby boy. He's about yay high and 2 years old, so he looks like a 3-year-old or maybe a 4-year-old. And we try to put him down for a nap. Or when he was born, we were trying to kind of tiptoeing around the house, and we didn't want to wake him up. So we didn't want to turn on lights, so I would turn on the flashlight on my phone, and my wife would kind of walk out like a zombie and try not to wake him up because she hadn't got sleep in how many ever months. But look at what this has. Whoa, check that out. This has a night light. Craziness. Now, if we would have had this, we could have had a white noise machine. It has some beautiful noise. It also has 14 different audio tracks. Also great to use. We could have turned this on. We could have changed his diaper, and he could have been sleeping, and we could have got much better sleep. Come on, Letsfit. Why didn't you release this years ago? I would have a little less wrinkles. I don't need Botox yet, do I? Don't answer that question. All right, so the white noise machine. Make sure you stay here the rest of the show, because I promise I will tell you how to get this for up to half off. All right, so we're going to try this little fire cracking. So I'm going to keep this on right now, and we're going to get into a little bit of, what am I doing? I'm flexing, because we're going to work out. I'm going to get into the workout portion. Now, I want to talk about Letsfit 2 resistant bands. Before I do, here's a little personal story. Ready to get, I'm going to get personal with you. You okay with that? Okay, good. So when I first started training, I saw people using these big elastic rubber bands. I just keep hearing that fire crackling noise, and I want marshmallows and s'mores right now. S'mores. Wait, I'm a fitness expert. Don't have s'mores. They're not good for you. You can have snores with the T3. That wasn't planned. That wasn't in the script. I saw these people working out with these big rubber bands. I thought, why would I want to do that? It was kind of the equivalent to me of pink weights. Why would you work out with these big rubber bands? Well, come to find out years down the road, as I educated myself, I realized what they could be used for. Tube resistance bands and variable resistance training. Letsfit has this beautiful bag right here. See that? Good. Letsfit tube resistant bands. Now these are $42.99, and they come in this bag here. Now these bands, the variable resistance, if you're doing a motion, if you're doing a bicep curl, okay, and I've got a normal dumbbell, I'm kind of controlling that motion so I can drop it down, I can bring it up. But what happens as you get a little bit higher up in that strength curve is the resistance gets easier. These two resistance bands, the variable resistance, as you're coming up, it actually gets harder and harder and harder. So once I started using these with my clients, like, why are you guys doing this band work? It's amazing for activation. It's amazing for some burnout sets, or even if you're locked up in a house for a few months, which I was, and this was the only workout equipment that I had during quarantine. I'm not making that up. This kept me in shape and eating well and sleeping. I didn't have the sound machine yet. I really wish I would have had that, but I did have the watch, okay? These kept me in shape. Now these tube resistance bands are great because you can do some activation techniques, especially guys. Now, if you're watching out there and your husband and the dad in your life is saying, I don't need bands. What do I need bands for? I like picking up the big weights. I tell you what, you do need bands, so you can tell them I said so. Because with these resistance bands, you can activate muscles that aren't firing. If you're doing a bicep curl and you're not feeling your biceps work, are you truly doing a bicep curl? If a tree falls in the woods and you don't hear it, does it really make a noise? I don't know. Just went with that. So these tube resistance bands, they come with different resistances and they're all marked on here. A very wide array of different colors, and you can look on the end of each of them. Here this says 10 pounds here, and the green one is a little bit thicker, so it's written on this side of this one. So you got 20 pounds of resistance. As they get thicker, that's more resistance. So when you're activating muscle tissue, especially a guy if they're not having an easy enough time activating their chest, let's stick with the beach muscles. Chest, biceps, back, triceps. Resistance bands, and doing that resistance training, activating them. Maybe doing some chest flies with these bands or some band pull-up parts, which I'm gonna show you, that will truly get those muscles firing. So I'm gonna place these down right here. I'm gonna show you what else. But before we start, I'm gonna activate the sport mode on my watch. Now I have 7 different sport modes. I'm gonna come up a little closer here. So here I've got outdoor running, outdoor walking, indoor walking, hiking, cycling, swimming, and you can check your exercise record too. So I'm just gonna set up one of my sport modes here. So we're gonna see what amount of calories I burn during this workout. And 3, 2, 1, and there we go, we're going. So right now, it's gonna pick up my heart rate, and it's gonna see how many calories I burn while I'm showing these exercises. Now the first thing, so I'm going to choose, I know, if I was a big, manly man, I would take the thickest bands and I would do all the exercises with that. I'm not. I'm okay with it. So, now these tube resistance bands come with handles. The nice thing about these, you might have seen resistance bands that the handles are automatically attached. These have clips on them. So I can simply clip this on, boom, voila, like that. Nice little magic trick there. I pop that on there. So if you want to add more resistance, all you do is grab another band and attach that on there. And vice versa. If you're doing a set of bicep curls and you're going to do a drop set, you can take that band off or step off of it. Pretty cool, right? Now, as well, this also comes with ankle cuffs, or sometimes you can use these as wrist cuffs, and you can clip the bands around here. So if you've got a pole or anything to attach the band to, we can do some motion where you're putting it around your ankles. So you're hitting some glute med, you're hitting some hamstrings, a lot of different stuff there. Okay, so today we're gonna focus on a lot of arms, because the guys like arms and a chest. And also, it comes with this door anchor. This thing is really cool. I'm not gonna hook it up to this really expensive front door right here, but what you do is you open up a door, you shut it, make sure it's clicked, and then from here you can take the band and insert it in here. So you can do a lot of posterior work. Posterior, what do I mean? You're doing rows, you're doing back. You can even put it low and do some deadlift motion. So this is really nice. A lot of people with bands don't realize what this is for, and that's what this is for. Just make sure a door shut, that's it. Safety first. Okay, so the first exercises that we're gonna do here, let's start with some arms. Easy, okay, so I'm gonna step on this band and we're gonna do some bicep curls. So here, the nice thing about this band is if you wanna make this harder or easier, you simply step on it with 2 feet. So I've got my shoulder blades back here, my palms up, curling up, pause, and controlling down. With bands, I like keeping constant tension on the muscles the entire time. Because as we release here and stop, then we don't have enough tension.
So if you're looking to put on more muscle, you can keep tension there so we go a little bit faster up and control on the way down. And you can see my veins are starting to pop right now because I'm getting that nice muscular contraction with that bicep curl. If you want to make it a little bit easier, you can simply step on the band with one foot and curl through. We can get creative. We can come across and curl. Just from stepping on the band, there's only so many ways if you're doing a bicep curl, you shorten, okay? So you bring your humerus all the way up towards your shoulder right there, okay? Now, what else? Arms. I know we want more arms. Now you take this band here and we can simply step on it. Once again, a lot of different motions can be done from this point here. We bring this up, I'm gonna do some shoulder presses. Now with the bands, I tell people to do 10, 15 reps, even just short of form failure. Failure is if you're going up and you can't press as hard as you can, that's a little bit more dangerous. Form failure is the point where the rep isn't perfect. So I really like this because people don't have to worry about that. Or you can do things for time, 20 or 30 seconds, but you want to force your body just to work harder so it adapts to that change so you get those aesthetic changes. So we're going to go right into a shoulder press, soft bend through the knees, press up, pause, and control down here. Now from here, I go one arm at a time, press up, pause through, control down. As I'm coming down, I'm feeling my lats engage through here, and I'm coming up, and my triceps are also engaging right through the back part of the arms. You see that? That's nice. Now from the side, we come right here. If you wanted to make that harder, once again, I can clip another band onto here, and it will be much harder to drive all the way through the top. Now, with these bands, we want to hit that posterior side. Now, a lot of people, they do too much anterior. So if you see they've got that like text thumb, that text posture, they're just texting the whole time, where they're sitting on a computer. We want to work the back side so those muscles pull you back and help with that posture. Muscle tells bone where to go, not the other way around. So we're going to hit the posterior deltoids a little bit through the rhomboids, mid-traps. Same band. We do a lot of exercises here. I take this, I'll go at a diagonal so you can see me. I'm going to cross the handles over. I'm going to hitch my hips back. We're going to go wide into a reverse fly. So I'm coming wide, pause, and control down. So here, I'm not coming back in, I'm maintaining that tension. So guys, if you're watching this, this is a great move to do before any upper body work, or if you're doing deltoids, shoulders, and back, this is a nice finisher. So we come up, pause, and control down. Try to get those shoulder blades to come back. Here, I'm feeling my shoulders contract. I shouldn't have worn pants. It's really hot when I'm working out. What's my heart rate right now? I'm at almost 100 beats a minute. As I'm talking to you, I just did bicep curls, shoulder presses, and reverse flies. It's a nice little smartwatch. Okay, now from here, we gotta talk about butt. So we can do a little crab walk. Now my old business partner, Marcus, used to love these. He's back in Australia. What he would have people do is take a band, we're grabbing it here, and we're gonna take that same position. So I'm just gonna cross the handles over. I'm pulling it up, okay? So I'm gonna step back so you can see me here. So we're just gonna step out here. Nice and controlled motion. My wife pulled this one. We did a workout yesterday with the Letsfit mini bands. Check those out. Oof. And my glutes are sore. So as I'm coming out here, I'm abducting my legs, so pushing them away from the midline of my body, and I'm really working the glutes. Ladies, this is a great exercise. Why don't I come to the camera for you? Here we go. See that? Good. This is a great exercise, especially before you do legs, so we get those glutes going. So if you're gonna do a run, or you're doing a fitness class, do that lateral crab walk. That's gonna get your butt firing, so it tells your body, hey, on a neuromuscular level, we want this to work and help drive us forward. If you wanna increase your run speed, your jump height, anything involving predominantly the legs, glutes will be the driving force. Got that tip? Good. I want a nice butt. Okay, now, let's hit the back of the arms. That same position. See, a lot of these things can be done right from this position. Tricep kickbacks. step forward, I press back. I like keeping my palms up the whole time. And of course, you can switch out these bands with resistance if you want to make it harder or easier. But for sake of time here, to show you as many exercises as I can, I'm just going to stay with this green band. So you're pressing up, pause, squeezing through. So that hard to hit back of the area of the arms. And sometimes people wave, and that keeps waving. This will truly help you out. And it's a lot safer than doing, let's say, a dip on a chair, because sometimes the glenohumeral joint, or the shoulder here, it's a lot of stress if people aren't doing those correctly and they're not keeping their shoulder blades back. Now let's get a little fancier. You want to get fancy? Let's get fancy. Let's get fancy. My wife cut my hair. It's actually pretty good. Okay. So we're going to do a squat with a shoulder press. So we took that motion of the shoulder press. We're going to come up here, squat down, drive up, press through the top, control down. Nice, dynamic movement. The nice thing here, I have maximum tension, so I have to brace through my core and my trunk area. I'm controlling down and driving up through the top. That will get the heart rate elevated. I'm at 120 right now. So who says working out with bands can't be cardiovascular as well? Okay, so now I'm going to make it a little bit harder. Let's do a little plyometrics. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to do a jump squat with the band. Notice my feet are going to keep that same position. Let's see what my heart rate gets up to. So I'm at 118 right now. So I'm going to hold this here. A normal squat, you can do this. So as I'm coming up, I'm driving up. I have more tension through the band. As I'm coming up through the top, it gets a little easier as I come down. I'm going to accelerate up, so I'm leaving the ground, and my feet are still pushing, abducting out. So we're coming down, jump up, push up, and down. Drive through. So as I'm coming up, I'm getting that resistance through the top part of that motion. Whew. Okay, that's good. I bet you haven't seen anyone do that with a band, have you? Good. Whoa, that heart rate is above 120. Now, I think I need some water. So, Letsfit vacuum sealed water bottle. Getting water is very, very important. Our bodies are comprised of mainly water. As my wife tells our little son, you need to drink water, honey, because we're mostly water. Very true. All the cells in our body are going to require hydration, so it's very important. Letsfit vacuum sealed water bottle, $9.99. That's so cold. I put water in this a few hours ago. I put water in this the other day in the morning. I left it out. I checked it again 24 hours later, and it was still cold. That's crazy, okay? So make sure you get one of these, $9.99, click below. Nice non-slip grip. One of my favorite things is coffee. I like it a coffee. Antioxidant property. Don't put anything in it like sugar or any creamer. Just have it black. I promise you, if you put it in this Letsfit water bottle, it will stay hot for 12 hours. Kind of like I tell my wife, I'm hot or longer than 12 hours. Oh God, I hope she doesn't watch this broadcast. I need some more water. Now we're gonna do a few more exercises, and thanks for staying with me here. All right, now the bands. You don't have to use the bands with the handles the whole time. As I created a nice tangled mess here on my in-laws table. Now with these bands, I talked about that pull part before. So I take this band, this is a great upper body warm-up, so I'm pulling wide, squeezing those shoulder blades together here. I'm separating, so this is warming up the